But I am curious because, like, you say you're a communist. It's surprising to me. I would have thought you were more of like an anarchist type. Like, what do you define communism to be? And like, what is your view on that? I guess, or how that
I believe communism is like everybody holds a place in their society. You don't need a currency. Like, as long as everybody holds a working place in society, obviously, except for like care of children or like elders, people who have disabilities who can't provide that work or can't provide that need to that society.
Okay,
they be taken care of, because I'm not gonna like kill people's grandmas or like the retarded cousin. Sure. They obviously, and because there would be people who have the responsibility of them being the caretaker. You know, that's their fulfillment to society, caretakers. So just everybody working, and I mean, like, obviously, I feel like true communism wouldn't have the guidance of one sole person, but I feel like I would have to have some sort of guidance initially, like at the beginning, like as a community leader or something, and then eventually abstain that spot while I'm still alive and see how the community does without having one direct person that anybody answers to and just functioning as a society. Because end of the day, the land will just be mine. And if they don't want to fucking abide by the rules of my sovereign, my nation, like, get the fuck out.
Damn.
If you don't have the mindset of you want to work to make it work, then it's not gonna work. Humankind are very selfish. That's why I don't think it would work on large scale.
Yeah.
Only a couple hundred people, I feel like, would be able to sustain a real, true communist society.
So I guess this is always my question to people who like subscribe to that, like, because I agree, like, it's impossible because of like the people selfishness of human nature. But I think something to remember, though. I read this book called The Virtue of Selfishness by Ayn Rand, and it actually talks about selfishness like in a positive light. Like, say you have this instance, like, you're like, not to be like, whatever, but like you're with your family, you and your family, like they're like, okay, we're gonna kill one of your family members. Like, I would hope that you would be.
I got some motherfuckers that can go.
Maybe not. But if you're that kind of person who, like, I don't know, like if me and my fiance were like on the ground and somebody had a gun, if you had a gun and you were like, hey, I'm gonna kill one of you, I would like beg to like be killed. Yeah. And like that is in a way selfish, because the alternative is
she's got to live with that for the rest of her life.
Well,
like experiencing you getting killed.
Exactly. There's that aspect too. But like, you don't want to live a life without her. Yeah. The same that she doesn't. So like, that is a selfish act in a sense. But it's also like you're doing the right moral thing. Like, I think there's something like, if you're taking like,
that's the moral side of the selfishness, and then the immoral selfishness is fucking kill her. I want to live.
I mean, I don't even know if you can necessarily say if it's immoral or moral. I mean, you don't know their relationship. You don't know what she's putting through. I mean, I think the problem,
the gray side of the coin.
In that book, they actually talk about gray thinking, because they talk about like they talk about like how like black and white thinking is actually necessary to live it. Like, she's an objectionist, or she subscribes to objectivism, which there are some things I like about it, but I think overall it's still like, similarly to communism, there's like an authoritarian edge to it, where it's like we are like somebody's gonna come in and take away your rights.
That doesn't want to abide by that. Sure. Eventually.
I mean, not even in terms of like abiding, right? Because I think a big part of what distinguishes me as an anarchist from people who are communists is like, I don't believe in the collective. I don't believe in the idea that like we are all part of this thing that like needs to oil like a machine. I believe in the idea of like capitalism and competitiveness, and like, if you like, I think the the best way to give people like resources and like improve their lives is through capitalism, through the free market. Like, you know, and people are gonna get screwed in that, right? Like,
absolutely, inevitably.
That's the law of nature.
That's just society. That's gonna happen to everybody at some point in time. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely like fuck society. I could go and live in this fucking hole by myself with my family, and I'd be cool too. But I do like community. I like living in a community. I like
and anarchism isn't like
individuals, and even not necessarily like off the rip being like a commune or like a communist nation. Like, I'd open it up to my friends first, like my family, people who I know immediately. Well, I mean, shit, like long term, like I said, this shit mine.
Well, but that's, I mean, that's anarchism.
Yeah.
Like, there's a natural hierarchy.
Yeah.
Your family is going to come before whatever jackass is living in San Diego,
whatever
California.
Cocksucker that said he's a communist. Some douchebag that's tired of fucking paying rent.
Whatever gay is surviving off my tax dollars.
Whatever leech sucking off the system.
Whatever one of Trump's deplorables.
Yeah, fuck, dude.